Hello and welcome back to another edition of Small Time Farmer. Today we're going to be cleaning out the hen house, getting rid of some of the hay that's been stored in here through the winter and early spring. You can see I've already got started on it. The chickens absolutely love to scratch through that when I throw it out there. I use hay. As you can see, I got a little bit left in here. I've already gotten started on it, but I've got a hard floor in here. This is just an old wood floor. And I throw hay in here, usually about a square bale. My hen house is about 10 foot by 10 foot. And one square bale will do it, sometimes a square bale and a half. But in the wintertime, I like to put a lot of hay down on the floor and use for bedding. It acts as a natural insulator, helps keep your hens warm in the wintertime. And when springtime gets here, it's always time to clean it out. And usually I'll clean it out a time or two in the winter too. But I've been putting this job off for a little while, and it is time to get it done. If you got a hay fork, just scratch up what's on there and pile it up, toss it out. If you have a compost pile and you're into organic farming or something like that, this is absolutely fantastic. If you're into organic farming, you take this chicken litter and hay, throw it in your compost pile, or you can toss it straight in your garden, save it up till the wintertime, throw it in there, till it in with the soil. Chicken litter is super high in nitrogen. It's fantastic. Nitrogen is really good for your root crops. Makes your tomatoes taste really good. It's great for your soil. I usually don't have time to make a compost pile, put it in the garden and stuff like that. I just toss mine out into the chicken lot. You can see right there's the chicken lot. I've got about a half acre fenced off, and some of the chickens are up here. But the chickens like to scratch through it. They're looking for bugs and they're looking for worms. We're supposed to get some rain here in a couple of days, so when the rain hits this, the bugs and worms will be crawling up under it, looking for a place to make their home or nest, and the chickens will absolutely love to dig through that stuff. They're scratching for food. So when you get your hay all cleaned out of your hen house and you're down to the floor, I always bring in another square bale of hay. Doesn't have to be real good hay, just any old hay will do. Toss it around, kick it around on the ground. The chickens are going to come in here and they're going to scratch through this new hay. They're going to tear through it and fluff it up and all that and make it their own. So you don't have to worry about putting it out in any precise manner. I just throw it out and scatter it the best I can. And that works for the floor. Now, if you have small chickens, like baby chicks or something, you're trying to raise some new chicks, that's a whole separate issue. You don't want to use hay for that. You want to use wood chips, not sawdust, because sawdust is actually dusty and it gets in the sinus cavity of the chickens, so it can kind of make them sick. So I use wood chips, and I prefer cedar. If you can get cedar chips at your local farm store, you can get a big 20-pound bag for just a few dollars, like $8 or $9, $10 or something like that. So it's not too bad. But one other thing I wanted to talk to you about was laying boxes or nesting boxes. You can see I have several. There's 4 there, 6 more over there, and this side has got a couple, and over there. If you have trouble with your hens not wanting to lay eggs in the nesting boxes, sometimes you'll find eggs on the floor. Once in a while, that's just going to happen. You'll find an egg on the floor. But if it's consistent, if you're going out every day and you're finding eggs in the floor all the time, your eggs get cracked, you're losing your breakfast there, you might want to consider where your boxes are located. The first reason your hens may not lay in there is they like to have a secluded area. They like to have a dark area in the corner. As you can see, it's about 7 o'clock in Tennessee, and I have a window right here in my hen house. And I still got light coming through. The hens will not lay in that box. There's too much light. They want to be in the corner. They want to be private. They want to have their peace while they're taking care of this business. Another reason is this. This box has nothing in it. There's no padding. It's not comfortable. You don't want to go and sit on the board, neither do the chickens. This is something that's an easy fix. I prefer hay, because with hay, just like this one, you can scoop it up, toss it out. Chickens love to dig through it, and you replace it. Just takes a few seconds, and you have a nesting box with hay. There's a cushion. Your eggs are not breaking whenever they fall out. Got a little dang rooster, little rooster coming in, fixing the time to go up to roost. So So that's one. The second reason is you may not have enough cushion or comfort in there for your hens. The third reason why they might not be laying in a box is, I think I have a box here. As you can see in this box, there is manure or chicken litter in that box. So hens don't want to go in there and lay in a dirty old box. So every time you go out and you collect your eggs and you're checking on your chickens, make sure that you keep your boxes clean. That rooster's crowing up there and it's a little loud. But yeah, make sure you keep your nesting boxes clean. It's not healthy. The chickens don't want to be in there. Put you on some gloves and scrape that stuff out. Get that out and throw it out in the chicken lot and keep those boxes clean. So number one, make sure you're not putting your nesting boxes in the light. They prefer a darker corner. And you can see I've got some manure there. I need to get that cleaned up. So that's what we're doing today. Number one, stay out of the light. Number two, make the boxes have a little bit of cushion or comfort. I love hay. Carpet works good. If you've got an old piece of carpet, you can cut it and throw it in there. If it gets dirty, you throw it away, or you leave it out in the rain, let it get washed, and when it dries, put it back. And number three, keep the boxes clean. Those are three things that's going to help you get eggs in the box and not on the floor. Eggs in the box is great. I always say that healthier chickens, or happier chickens, lay healthier eggs. So keep your chickens healthy, and keep your chickens happy, and you'll have eggs in the box. Thank you for joining. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe and check out the other farming videos. I'm going to be putting some new ones on in the next few days. I've got to make some nesting boxes and I've got to make some feeders. So please check back and check out those videos. Thank you.